Well, welcome to class. I'm looking forward to having everyone back as students. My name is Elizabeth Hodge, and I'll be your professor this semester. I'd like to give you a brief overview of the course and hopefully keep this to a minimum in terms of watching an extremely long video. So to begin with, when you log into Blackboard and you access the course, you'll see on the left-hand panel just the different modules that you'll be accessing. Initially, you'll go directly to announcements. That's where the page opens up to. You'll see here then I have course information and start here. So when you click on that link, it takes you to the information within that area. The first item is your course syllabi. Certainly access it, print it if you like, but please review all of the requirements for the course. Let's just quickly open that up and go. There's certainly all the goals and outcomes and objectives and requirements for the course within the syllabi. But under course requirements, here is the majority of the work that you'll be completing throughout the semester. You have your assignment 1, which is classroom rules, routines, and procedures. Then you have the practicum, observation, and reflections that you'll be required to complete. You'll actually be observing in the classroom setting 1 day a week and then completing the observation protocol and task stream. You'll have 1 IELTS procedural iBook assignment to complete, and then the bulk of this course is based on the planning for instruction, both part 1 and part 2, and we'll go through that in detail when we meet during our first initial chat session. Going back, if we click on the course calendar, everything is mapped out for the entire semester. So it's very important that actually when you begin in Module 1 that you review the entire calendar all the way through to December 14th, which is your final. So be sure, I say to print this one off and post it anywhere and everywhere that you might need a reminder because it will guide you throughout the entire semester. I try not to deviate from what's listed in the calendar, but sometimes things come up and we'll change some things around, but I think it should be set for the semester. The fall semester senior 1 calendar, this is from the Office of Teacher Education. Certainly review that. It goes over some of the senior 1 internship requirements. The practicum placement form, many of you by now should have already completed this, but I have made it available for you to complete if you haven't. This is so that you'll be assigned to a specific school setting to complete your internship. Beneath that is Office of Teacher Education Resources. Access this link and you'll need to go through all of the information and forms that are there. Some of them may not apply to Senior 1, but that's designated on the site. So be sure and go through that so that you know all of the requirements. As I mentioned, we'll use Blackboard for all your modules and materials and things, but you will be required to upload items into TaskStream, so you're going to need to renew that. Here's the information and the link to get you started on that. The other things here is the consent form, how to upload a video from your iPad, and then just meet the professor, which is obviously about me. So this is the place to start. Our first module, if you looked on the calendar, you'll see that it runs from August 24th through September 7th. And each module, as you can see in chronological order, contains all of the information for completing material during that time frame. So as you can see here, Module 1 information start here. You click on this. And it provides basically what would be considered a lecture if we were in class. So the first one has some introductory information that you'll want to read through. And then we get into actually the crux of the material that you're learning in Module 1, followed by the readings for Module 1, which are all linked out. If they don't open directly just by left-clicking, right-click on the link and choose Open in a New Window. But here's all your readings. Some of them aren't necessarily readings, but videos to watch. I will point out that during the first week, we do have a SABA meeting synchronous chat session. You'll see that the dates and times are listed on your course calendar from now all the way through the end of the semester when you're required to attend one. And you'll just go ahead and sign up to attend and prepare for the chat session. And then at the end of every module information, I do a little wrap up of what's required during that time frame. So it's just a little overview of what you were to complete during the module. So going back in Module 1, you can see you have to sign into class and do complete and provide information on a few things. Here's our SABA meeting, our first session, and information on that. Your clinical teacher profile form, practicum observation guidelines, and then you'll see that assignment 1 is listed, but it is not due during this module. You'll also see that planning for instruction part 1 and part 2 are also posted. This is so that you can kind of look ahead and prepare for what assignments and material you need to complete. So all of that information is there for you within Module 1. Now, on the panel here, you can see that all of the modules are showing. Now, that's not going to be the case when you go into Blackboard. I find that if I give everything at the beginning of the term, some students get ahead, they get confused, they're asking about information that hasn't even been released yet. So they will be released to you based on the time frame in the course calendar. So initially I'm showing you what's here, but you will only have them released to you on the start of that module. So as you can see though, I do keep a very consistent platform, just quickly looking through all of the modules. And that's just for ease. I like continuity and consistency, and hopefully you'll find that helpful throughout the class. This last link is contact information for me. So if you need more help or want to discuss something that's going on in the class, I provided my contact information, my office hours, so you can do that. And then the last link is the tools. Most important for students is actually checking your grades. All of the weights and things have been set up and distributed, so as you complete your assignments and I grade them, it will be updated in the grade book. I will say it's very important. I provide feedback on all of your assignments, and so it does take a great deal of time in some instances because it's time intensive to give feedback. But I think it's important to give valuable feedback so that you can do better on maybe the next assignment. So please be sure to not only just see the grade, but then actually read the comments that I make regarding your submission. For the most part, that is the environment other than TaskStream, which some of you should be familiar with by now. But if you have questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Again, I'm looking forward to class this semester, and we'll be seeing you soon.